and welcome to this beautiful space. I have a little bit of a different setup, so hopefully all will go well. Calling in all of the messages for those that are watching this reading, that those are in alignment. The energies have been super potent lately. A lot of clearing, a lot of letting go, a lot of purging, a lot of forgiveness. So everything that hasn't been forgiven, that hasn't been healed, that really needs some work is all coming to the surface right now. And I feel like we just went through a really good purge. Like things are really starting to shift. The abundance is here, and I just wanted to come through with some messages to see what your guides and angels wanted to bring through for those of you that are tuning in. So let's see what we got. Oh wow, okay. I love when they fly out like that. It's like the message is going to be heard loud and clear. Our schedules, my husband and myself, our schedules have been pretty all over the place lately, I guess I should say. We've been resting a lot during the sunlight hours, and they said one more, and now it's late. I'm under the moon, and the stars are shining bright, and the star just reached out to me. We were sitting in our home, and was looking out the door, and I just saw this star just reach out and try to get my attention. And when I went outside and listened to what it had to say, this is what came through, that there needed to be some messages this evening. So, there's two there. Okay, so let's see what they got to say. Okay, so they're telling me that this is going to be an either or. So take a look at these two cards. You can close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then open them up and choose a card. And whichever card you choose is a message for you. I'm going to start with the one on the right, and they want me to flip it to the right. So, union. All right, so some of you are coming into union, and this is really special. They're telling me it is not just a sacred divine union. Some of you are coming into divine union. You're going to be merging with your partners, and they made that very specific. They want me to say merging. I'll lift this up so you can get a little bit closer look, but it's a really beautiful card, and you see how it shows them really doing just that, merging, coming together as one, coming together as a unit. And that's what we're doing to raise the vibration in this collective, to grow, to expand, to open up. And so a lot of people are going to be coming into a sacred union so that you can grow and expand and shine your light to a much brighter, broader audience. There's also new babies coming in, so maybe you're expecting, and they are saying babies plural, so I feel like this is not just for one person, and also multiples. So a really sweet little message that you have some new love coming into your life. And then for those of you that chose the card on the left, the child. Okay, so they're showing me the child in reverse. I'll lift this card so you can see it too. So the child came out in reverse for you all, and they're saying that there's a disconnect right now from your inner child, that there's something that you're having a hard time moving forward, moving away from. It's something that is coming from this lifetime. Thank you. And it's not wanting to fully face it. I know for a lot of people, for a long time, society's made us believe that we could just cover it up, I guess is the word that they're giving me. Act like it didn't happen, move on with your life, that kind of thing. And what the guides are saying now is that that time is over, that there is no more covering up for people. There is no more acting like it didn't happen. There is no more of being in a space of unsafety is what they're saying, like not feeling safe, feeling like maybe you have to walk on eggshells. So think back, those of you who chose this card, there are things in your inner child that are asking for some attention right now, and by giving your inner child the attention it needs, you will be able to open and expand your heart space, tap into your intuition, and really start to expand and rise through this ascension. So some inner child work and some new children and divine unions coming in. So let's see what else they have to say. Okay, they want me to separate these. So we're going, can you confirm where are we going? Here, and then these two are here. And are they the way that you want me to explain? Yes. Okay. And we want to start with this one. Nope, they want me to start with the inner child first. Okay, so the inner child. What they're saying is that you've changed your perception of something. Something happened with your inner child, and in order to protect yourself, you started looking at the situation differently. Maybe you were acting like it never happened. Perhaps you tried to speak up and no one listened to you, or you felt like there was no support. But what they're telling you now is to go into that shadow. You see all the darkness around this, but they're saying like you have this beautiful sword to go in and actually penetrate that shadow deeply so that you can start to purge and let go of those deep feelings that you've been holding on to. So whether that's resentment, guilt, shame, anger, deep sadness, they're wanting you to go in and actually feel through those feelings and allow your inner child to feel through feelings that they were never allowed to feel through. So maybe they weren't allowed to feel through something because you had to be tough. You couldn't cry. You had to be the strong one. Maybe you were taking care of other people in your life from a very young age. This is telling you that it's time to go back and feel those feelings and give your inner child some love so that they can fully let go and purge, so that they're able to open up and expand their heart space. Because what's coming for us with this ascension and what's actually here, thank you, Spirit, for correcting me, what's actually here in this ascension is our abundance. It's everything that we've ever wanted and ever will want, and all of it is coming to fruition. However, if your heart is not open, if you still have things that you're holding on to from your past, there's no way that you're going to rise into this space because your heart cannot handle the expansion. So they're saying you've got to go in and you've got to clear this energy and feel through it. I highly recommend a Reiki session if you want to look into any Reiki. Anyone who does Reiki or energy work around you, definitely shop around, see what resonates for you. If you are in the San Diego area, we have lots of light workers that are available to help. So you can reach out, radiantlovevibrations.com. And then let's see what the last one is here for the inner child. So yeah, we're bridging the gap between what most people would call heaven and earth, but it really is just a gap in consciousness. It's a gap in creation, right? Because when we get into this space of hiding our inner child, hiding our feelings, creation comes from our sacral space. And our sacral space is where we harbor our emotions. So when you have a lot of emotion that's backed up inside of you that you haven't felt through, maybe because you weren't allowed to, or you felt like, sorry, I just realized those were out, or you felt like you couldn't, like you weren't supported, you weren't safe in feeling through things. That is why all of this is coming up now, so that you can feel through it. So you can go back and give your inner child some love, reparent your inner child, spend some time with them, let them know that you're there for them, that you're bridging the gap in consciousness, and that you're shifting your perception and being able to work through things and let go. Now, we'll come back to this because I do want one more card for this pile, but we're going to go ahead and move to this sacred union pile. So first one is flip up, they said. Okay, so you've been on this journey, and you see it came out in reverse. I'll show you it right side up. So you're in a, okay, the reason it came out in reverse, they're saying, is because, I'm going to move this down, is because you're in a loop right now. Something in regards to this new love that's coming in, and this can be, they're saying, not just divine union and not just divine children, but also sisterhood, brotherhood, calling in new soul families, new soul tribes. That's all a part of this. And the reason why things are not moving forward for you right now in this space is because you're in this loop. So they're showing me, it's like, they're showing me like this labyrinth that you're walking through, and you've gotten to like this trapdoor where it's just circling around and around in the same space. And it's like you're having a hard time getting out of it. And the one thing that's going to get you out of it, and you probably already know this, but maybe have not been doing it, is getting out into Mother Nature. Having her hold you, having her transmute and purge whatever energies you're holding onto that are creating the desire for this to happen. Because we get into these energetic loops when we're desiring something, when we're really waiting for something to happen, right? Like, well, I know my abundance is coming in, and so I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for it. Well, you actually are keeping yourself in this loop of wonderment, they're telling me, like not knowing really if or when it's going to happen, and then questioning yourself and getting back in your head. And when you get back in your head, you're not tapped into your heart space, so it kind of creates this loop. And so this next card they're saying is what's going to help you get out of the loop. Okay, this is interesting. So they're telling me, pull this down. I'll bring this up actually. So this is the choice card. And you see there's actually a lot going on in this card. But what really they're pointing out in this card, and this is what they had just said about the grounding part and connecting with Mother Earth, is you see the tears. I'm going to put this a little bit closer. So you see the tears coming from her eyes, and they're really going all the way down into Mother Earth. And in that space, Mama Earth is able to transmute for us and to help us let go of any desire. Because, you know, I've pulled this card for a client before, and they want me to reference this. So the client was really excited about something, was waiting for something to happen, and they decided to take a little shortcut. They thought was a shortcut, a way to make things happen faster. Like, you know, we're all waiting in divine timing, and it can be very hard to be patient. So this client in particular said that he just wanted to make things happen faster, and so he took it into his own hands and he made some choices and did some things. And in the long run, what it came down to is these choices here are going to lead us all to the exact same path. However, if you try to beat time, if you try to rush divine timing, if you try to be in control of time, then you're going to end up taking yourself on this big long journey. So you see it has like this journey that goes all the way out, when he can just step right through the door and do the work and make it happen. So what they're saying in regards to this love that's coming in, you've gotten yourself in a loop, and the loop has been created by really overthinking and desiring. And to get out of that, you've got to get yourself back grounded with Mother Earth, have her transmute and wash away all of the extra energy. A lot of you are very are empaths and are very open to energies, and so they are telling you that you do need to protect yourself more if you're not doing so already. Sorry about that. But definitely add some more protection around you, because you're picking up on a lot that's going on with the collective right now. And that's what's getting you in your mind space. It's, you know, bringing your ego out, wanting your inner parent to come out and make sure that you're safe and that you don't make the same mistakes that you made before. And so because of that, you've gotten yourself in this loop. So, get outside, get into Mother Nature, ground, make sure that you're doing it every day. And not just like, they're saying, not just a grounding meditation, not just a grounding frequency. Like, you really need to put your hands in some soil or some sand or some mud. Get your feet dirty, you know, really get out and immerse yourself in Mother Earth. Maybe it's swimming in the ocean or a lake or a river, but get into that space where you can let go of whatever this desire is, whatever this want is. Get yourself out of that head loop and back into your heart space, and then it's going to bring you to that point of creativity. And that in that point of creation is where things start to merge and come together. So this one is pretty direct. There's nothing more that they want with this pile, but they do want one more for the inner child. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one more. Spirit, can we please get the last card for the inner child pile, please? Last card for the inner child pile. Got it. So the last card is the Self card, which is not surprising. And they told me I can go ahead and put it right here. So it really brings, this card is really beautiful because it actually brings this entire reading together. When we tap into our own heart space, you see how her heart is just cracked open and gleaming there. And we're able to get out of our head and let everything go. And everything in that space comes into alignment, comes into balance. And so they want me to go ahead and split this. So we're here in this pile. It's really time to give your inner child some love. It's time to love yourself. It's time to put into yourself. The things that you do for other people, it's time to do those things for yourself again. Or maybe even for the first time, Spirit's saying to put yourself first, to trust and to give your inner child some love so that you can get into that space of deep self-love and start to shift into expansion. And then on this side, it's letting go of the desire, the wanting, and tapping back into your heart space where everything can quiet down. You're no longer in your head, and the answers will come. Okay. I do want to pull one last oracle card here that Spirit asked me to bring these cards out today. So just a last little message for you before we go. I'm a little rusty on these readings, so I've been doing readings just intuitively without the cards. So getting back into the cards, forgive me for the space, I guess I should say. Okay, Spirit, you want it? Oh, here we go. I love how they just talk to me and tell me exactly what needs to be done to pull each card. Okay, and the card is release. It says you have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. So I feel like this one is more in alignment here, and even though this one works for both, it's, let go. Let Mama Earth take over and cleanse whatever you're holding on to, and be ready to just open up your heart to receive what is coming in. Right? Thank you all for joining me this evening, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Adios.